Hey guys, it's Cassie Hacker Gamer, and I am back with this bed we made. I think when we left off, we were looking for a screwdriver or something to open the vent. So yeah, let's go get to it. Okay, so yes, need to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet, which is nearby. The screwdriver, we need the screwdriver for this vent, and here is the janitor's closet. Screwdriver. Let's open this. Screwdriver?
Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge?
No screwdriver. Ooh, who's that?
I've never seen two people more suited
Oh,
for each
yeah,
other.
that's right.
I hope they work things out. They
Was it
need
like
to.
Wendy and Jacques or something?
Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage.
No screwdriver, no screwdriver. What does this do? Oh, that's just for that. I thought it was for this giant pipe over here.
What's life without a little challenge?
What is this?
Sounds like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard.
Dear Eugene, I was unaware of your daughter's condition. I can only imagine how difficult this must be for you and your wife, but do not worry. You only have to look at my brother to see how rotten apples grow even in the best of families. As for your request, I am afraid I am unable to grant it. Mr. Weston is both a good friend of mine and a benefactor of Clarendon, so it would be inappropriate for me to oppose him. Also, considering this great influence in this city, I have no doubt he will manage to prevent the hospital's construction no matter what. Interesting. What does this one say?
Oh, Eugene. I had no idea.
Dear Eugene, a friend of mine has heard from her hairdresser, who's heard from her sister-in-law, who works as a secretary to the mayor, that the city plans on building a new mental hospital right next to the Clarendon. Imagine. Denise could get the care she needs while staying close to home. It's almost too good to be true. I don't dare get my hopes up, but still, I'll keep my ear to the ground and keep you posted as soon as I have more news. Warm wishes, Joyce. Huh. So he must have like a daughter or something. Okay, so there's no screwdriver.
I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet.
But there is no screwdriver in the janitor's closet. Okay, I'm just gonna keep looking at stuff. There's this other thing. Newspaper clipping. Shop owners against mental hospital. A group of downtown Montreal businessmen and shop owners met with Mayor Sardo Fournier this last week to air their grievances concerning the city's recent decision to allow construction of a new mental hospital on Dorchester Boulevard. William Weston, manager of Weston's department store, says he and a group will fight tooth and nail to prevent the hospital's construction. Will our customers feel safe coming to downtown for their shopping needs, knowing there are lunatics next door? He said. The hospital would be the first of its kind in Montreal, as patients would be free to come and go as they pleased. Dr. David Blunt, the young psychiatrist behind the initiative, believes that allowing patients to maintain a connection with the outside world will facilitate their full return to society once their treatment is over. And then we have this. Oh, yay, another little puzzle. I love these little mini-game puzzles this game has. Okay. Oops. That goes there. That goes there. What does it say?
Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now.
Eugene, Bernard tells me there's a cold draft coming from his window and it's turning his office into a freezer. Fixing this should be your highest priority today, Linda. Okay. So, let's look at our journal. Yes, that's what I was thinking. So the screwdriver is not here. It's probably in Bernard's office with Eugene, because that's where Eugene is at. So,
Eugene
I
must
bet
be
she's
down
going
in
to say to
Bernard's
go there.
office.
Yep.
I should go ask him for a screwdriver.
So let's go down there. Okay. So we're getting in the elevator to go down to Bernard's office. Who is this fellow? Oh, it's Bernard.
It's, Miss Bellevet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
No, just tell him the truth. There's no reason to lie.
I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay, I will.
Well, don't you look mischievous. Hey, Bean. If you're planning to give Bernard a good scare, sign me up.
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Oh, I see.
Eugene?
What the hell? You'd better go and take a look. I'll stand guard by the elevator, and make some noise if I see Bernard coming.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick.
Okay. Let's snoop around a little bit. Do we have time to snoop around? I guess we're gonna clean this. We got time to clean this, right? Okay.
Aha! Let's get you to that vent.
And then what is this?
Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous.
Dear Mr. Weston, I would like to thank you again for agreeing on this partnership between the Clarendon Hotel and Weston's department store. Thanks for your generous help. Renovations are well underway and the hotel has never looked better. And crossed out, you should come visit soon when your busy schedule allows it, of course. On another note, it has come to my attention that you have formed a group of local businessmen to oppose the construction of the new mental hospital. After working so hard to elevate the Clarendon standards, I cannot allow a band of cuckoos to move into my backyard. Should you accept it, it would be an honor and privilege to join your fight. Cordially, yours sincerely, Bernard Ludick. Handwritten by Eugene. Enjoy the cold, you cold-hearted prick.
So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene.
Okay. Anything else in here? Can we snoop around a little bit more? What is this? Check 602, ask Eugene to fix radiator, call Weston's office, apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Drake for Valentine's Ball mishap, speak with contractor about cost overruns, call Weston's office again, decide winner of Employee of the Month. Okay. Anything else? What was he working on?
This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond.
So I guess Raymond is his brother. Dear brother, thank you for your invaluable input, but need I remind you the terms of our agreement? I did my part, I got you out of jail, and I have ensured that news of your deviant ways would not leak. Now I expect you to keep your side of the bargain and stay out of my way. You are not in charge of the hotel anymore. I have worked relentlessly these past few years to return the Clarendon to its former glory, a great challenge considering the poor state you left it in. I'm glad Father never got to see you so shamelessly destroy his great legacy. As for me, I will be dead too before I listen to a single word of advice from you. You ask I lower our prices, but I can tell you I plan on doing just the opposite. My guests will only be la creme de la creme. Your deviant friends can find themselves another place for their sinful debaucheries. Enjoy your retirement. Okay. Oh, hello.
Is this Linda's?
Oh, we're gonna go through the filing cabinet. We got time. We got time. What is this? Okay, Mr. Ludick, my employer has made the following request. To avoid unwanted attention, his identity should remain secret to both guests and staff. The temperature in room 602 should be kept at exactly 22 degrees Celsius. His dog should be fed the very best roast beef. His room should be cleaned every day at 11:30 a.m. on the dot. Eggs should be banned from his room service orders. No one should disturb him between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m. More requests shall follow once my employer takes possession of his room. Thank you. Okay, that must be the weird person that they've been talking about. Okay. Well, I think we got everything we needed out of here.
Surely your break is over by now.
No, it's not.
I came by here not too long ago, and Andrew was already covering for you.
That's because I was in the ladies' room.
That's no excuse to...
It's my time of the month. You're married, aren't you? So you know how it is. I have to go more often, and sometimes I stain the furniture, and don't get me started on all the...
That's enough details. Miss Belivet, what were you doing in my office?
I'm gonna lie.
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Huh. Must have been Eugene. Well, don't you have work to do?
Yes, sir.
Then get to it.
Oh, this guy is
Mr.
such a
Drake
dick.
has asked to see you.
Again? God, he just can't get enough of me, can he?
Just indulge him. Apologize one more time for Friday's mishap. Do whatever needs to be done. We cannot afford to lose such loyal guests.
Okay, fine. That was a close one.
Yeah, I had a few cold sweats. But at least I found what I was looking for.
Good. Well, if you need me, I'll be attending to the whims and worries of our entitled client... guests. Don't be a stranger.
All right. That was close. Okay. I managed to evade a suspicion, screwdriver in hand. Now, I think we need to go back
Time to see what
upstairs,
secrets
right?
that vent is holding.
Right. Back upstairs. Okay. Oh, a little lag, little lag, little lag. Don't know what that was about. All right, now we gotta come
I guess
over.
I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were. Ew.
Yeah, let's not think about that. Okay, now we can come over here and do this. How do I unscrew? There we go. Okay, I like this mechanic. Can I unscrew that one? No? We're just gonna... I guess we don't need to unscrew all of them. Another cipher. But we have the code for it, so this should be pretty easy. So so it doesn't automatically fill it out for us. Okay. So,
Meet me
here we
tonight
go.
in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Yep, that's what it says.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hello, Bean. Anything new to report?
I found another message written in secret code.
What does it say?
Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Michael? Who's that? Another husband?
I don't know.
No idea.
It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Let me check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh, Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
Could Marcella?
Yes?
No, never mind. So, what's next?
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
Well, I could call the room to make sure no one's there.
Good idea.
Hang on. You've got the all clear, Bean. Head on over.
Thanks, Beth. I'll call you back.
Okay. Let's go to 507. 507. What were we in? 9? Okay. 7. I hate that we leave the doors open. I guess I could close the door. Don't know a code for that. What does this say?
He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
So it's in French, it looks like. I just met with your damn lawyer. You've got some balls to accuse me of that. As if you were so irreproachable yourself. Do you think I don't know where you spend your nights? But worst of all is that you won't let me see my son, and you won't even tell me where he is. If you think you have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me. Let's go ahead and do a little cleaning while we're in here. A little cleany clean. Just a little something. Even though she didn't want it cleaned. Just leave her a little surprise. Little clean mirror. I think that's clean. Okay. What is this? What is this? Is this lipstick? I don't know what that is. Clean the toilet.
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont.
Oh, and the wedding rings. Clean the tub. Okay. Okay, that should be good enough. What is this? The White Cat Bar and Restaurant. Huh. What is this? Is this a card?
Mr. Cruz.
Oh.
Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean?
Why is that number circled? Interesting. Okay. Let's start going through these drawers. Nothing in the drawers. I thought she was here for an extended stay. White gloves? That's the only thing in the drawers. Oh, he's made a little fort under here. Okay. The fastest way on rail is through the Midwest.
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
I hope you are well in spite of the circumstances. We've been on the train for 2 days now. It's a long ride, made even longer by the fact I cannot wait to see you again. We are scheduled to arrive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to me until we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Say hello to Michael for me. M. Mrs. Beaumont. Okay.
Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing.
This is also
I
in...
promise, it's not you.
Oops, sorry. This is also in French. Dad, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. The hotel is nice, too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before, but Mom says it's impossible. She said she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me, too? Michael. That's kind of sad. Okay. What else do we have? A book? I don't know what that says. Grammar for everyone. And then another note. Dear Mrs. Bursey, we have successfully processed your request to withdraw your son Michael Bursey from his school schedule and system under the agreement that you will continue his education from home. Following this letter, you will receive the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum from home. A social worker will be in touch with you to help understand our milestones so that your son can benefit from our program from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education. So she pulled him out of school, too. which I guess makes sense if they're kind of like on the run.
Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged.
December 26, 1945. Dear Anne, you were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before, and I could not find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they are missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you are able to have a good time. I will leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night study sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. I will see you soon. Warm wishes. And then, like she said, it is smudged at the bottom, so we don't know who sent it. A book? Adam or Eve? Huh, another sapphic novel. And the Bible right above it.
So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
Dear Anne, I have met with Lewis and he has asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you are hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at this moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also, a friendly reminder that my fee for January needs to be paid before the end of this month. I'm happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Okay. Ugh, antagonizing. Oh my god. Also, not grounds for divorce? What the fuck? Greta. Do they have an animal in here with them? I guess that's the cat they were talking about in the letter.
Locked. The key has to be around here somewhere.
So we need to find a key for that. This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will have bad luck. Mr. Smith received the letter in 1953 and made 33 copies and sent them. 3 days later, he won the lottery. Mr. Jones received it in 1956, made 33 copies and sent them. 3 days later, he discovered an old treasure in his backyard. Mr. Williams received the letter and burned it. His wife and 3 kids died in a fire that very night. Mr. Green forgot the letter in a drawer and lost his job. When he found the letter again, he got a better job than before. In no case should the chain be broken. Make 33 copies and send them. You will experience great joy within 3 days. A chain letter, chain mail. The OG chainmail. Oh, wait. Was there something in there? No. What is this?
That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from?
You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I've recognized that look in your eyes when you check in. You and I don't need to make a fuss about this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same. Oh, this is from somebody at the hotel. No, we're not going to take the money that's there. What is this?
Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
It's in French. Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I wanted to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A. Oh. So it's okay to take the money.
Jar. We're getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company.
What is this? The winds and the leaves that day made a sound. Oh, okay. So it looks like she was starting to write a letter about something. Okay, so keys. Where are the keys?
Aha.
Oh.
Keys are Snoop's best friend.
That's a key. Okay. That did not look like a key. I walked by that so many times. Very ornate key.
I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere?
I have. I've seen one just like that somewhere. Where? Where have I seen that before?
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
Okay, maybe we should go to 505. It's 506. Okay, so 505. Where did we see that key at? I don't remember seeing anything like that near.
Think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe? Ah, there you are. With Marcella.
Oh, okay.
God knows where she is.
Okay. So I went into the safe and looked in the journal, and that's where I had seen the
Clarington
key, a
Hotel
picture of
reception
it.
desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like we were on the right track, 'cause he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Affair? I don't know.
Affair?
Bingo.
Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have
Okay.
expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a
Maybe
mysterious
they're having an
chest?
affair together.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
Yeah, I think they're having the affair.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
That's an interesting theory. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean,
Well, I mean,
I did find a letter that suggests
Yeah.
they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good
well,
friends,
and the
right?
book though, the Sapphic book.
Yeah,
Come on
that's
now.
one way to put it.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.
Okay. Uh-oh. We're stuck inside the drawer. There we go. Fix that. All right. So, where can we find this stuff? I have no idea why Beth thinks that we can open Anne's chest with candles and plaster, but I was promised an explanation once I made my way to the basement with the 2 items. I just have to put my trust in her. Now, plaster shouldn't be that hard to find in a hotel that's undergoing renovations. I walk by bags of stuff every day. I'll start with that, then see about getting some candles. Okay. Is there any plaster up here? Because there was like this paint and stuff. Right? Yeah, plaster.
This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
Oh, okay. So we're going to go downstairs and get candles. Little freezing there. That's okay. Which one is Rebecca? Oh my god, the lag. Okay, which one is Rebecca's? None of those. None of those. Right?
It's locked. Fine. Keep your seat. People don't usually leave these unlocked.
This one's unlocked. Whose is this? Eugene, half the washing machines are out of order. Because of this, I won't be able to finish their current load in time, and Beth will be forced to offer guests an apology discount. Please fix the machines before Bernard kills me, Rebecca. This is Eugene's locker. What is in here? What does this mean? I don't even know where this is at. Oh, I think reception. Yeah. Okay, anything in here that's interesting? No.
Off limits.
Okay. So... Oh, there's more lockers in here. Becca. That's our locker. Becca. Candles. I don't see any candles, but there
So
are
you
these
do
letters.
have a stash of candles. But where is it?
Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? I remember you saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent. Okay. And then this letter. Rebecca, the VIP guest in room 602 is getting on my nerves. He keeps ordering food that's not on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all of his wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie? That's not even the worst part of it, though. Every night he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home, asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs $4 roast beef? I can't even afford a $4 roast beef for myself. I really want to meet this person that's up in 60 whatever. Okay. Where are Rebecca's candles? Let's see if we can find her in the basement. Because the thing said this is where she spends most of her time. The little progress note. Nobody's in here.
Where are you going? What do you want? Are you here to apologize?
Okay, they're having an argument. I don't see any candles anywhere. Yeah, I don't see any candles. Let's check the laundry room.
Oh, right. My keys are still in the break room.
Oh, okay. Let's get our keys from the break room first. I totally forgot that because we had the master key, so I forgot that we even needed our keys. Where are our keys? Is that our key over there? Yeah.
Gotta hold on to these tight.
Okay. Can't go in there. Jacques and what's-her-face are having an argument. Alright, let's check the laundry. Is Rebecca in here? No. What is this?
Ooh, is this a movie script?
Yeah, this looks like a page to a movie script. What is this? 216. What is this? Movie script. Oh, so this is just stuff that was found. Yeah, that's stuff that was just found in the rooms. Okay. So she's not in here.
Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. All right, so open Bobby's locker again. But we know that there are no candles.
Candles, but this looks like the laundry room.
Oh, this is what I get for doing things ahead of time. I could have waited. If I should have waited, that way it would trigger and I didn't have to do it twice. Oh well. Back to the laundry room. Back to the laundry room. I guess over here. There's the candles.
Stash uncovered. Got a candle. Now, what next?
Now we need to figure out exactly how these are going to help. Yep. Yep, okay.
Let's see if Beth is around.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was
that makes
thinking of
sense.
doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot.
Pouring wax.
Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Now, time to put the key into the wax. Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form.
Okay.
Okay, I think you can remove it.
There we go.
Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold.
All right. It's a very
All right.
delicate key. It's probably
Now
going to
we
break
wait
off
for
in
it
the
to dry.
lock.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side.
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like drawing?
Oh, God, no. I once drew a dress that everyone mistook for a birthday hat. I never drew again after that. What about you? Haven't I seen you drawing in that journal of yours?
Yeah, I doodle a little.
Hey, you should show me one day. I'd love to see your art.
Okay, but promise not to laugh.
What? I'd never, ever do that. I know I make fun of pretty much everything, but not people's art. That's their soul. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Thanks.
What do you like to draw anyway?
It's kind of silly, but I've started working on this little comic in which I imagine my life as a celebrity.
A celebrity?
Yeah. I've always found the lives of famous people so fascinating, you know? And I kind of envy them sometimes. All the drama, the excitement.
Yeah, because we're really lacking in drama and excitement today.
Well, today's the exception.
I'm sure there's something else in your life that excites you.
Well, I do like sailing.
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
They're so cute.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence. If he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
what I was worried
I'll be
about.
careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Okay. Now we can go back upstairs to room 5, whatever. Oops. And open the box. This way. Getting all turned around down here. Okay. 507, right? Yes. 507.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Okay. Oh, it makes a heart. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh. Lots of stuff to go through.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy a new one. I hope you like it. And since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to help figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Okay. I don't know. Is there other stuff we can look at? I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I'll bring you soup after class.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
Yeah, this is just a movie. Will you go to the movies with me? Yeah. That's cute. What is this? I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. Oh, and it's the code again. I don't have it written down, so I can't break it right now. December 29th, 1947. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe. Oh boy, I don't know. Passe si vite. I don't know. I don't speak French. My parents are glad I am done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you, but we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think that it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it is time for us to go our separate ways. That is so sad. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Okay. So I think the first one is... Okay, I'm going to need to get paper to write this down. So I think the first one is Greta, because unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. They had a black cat. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. Whose alliterative name? Oh, we didn't read this one. Dear Anne, I have just heard Doris Day on the radio, and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can barely believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I'm going crazy. You're always in my head. Everything reminds me of you, not only the songs on the radio, but silly things like flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it in your lovely French accent. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us so I would know it was real. I long for your embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M. Oh, okay. So Doris is going to be the other one, Doris. And it says from the first one, take the first 2. Okay. From the last one, take the last 2. Gris? That can't be right.
That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Oh, I can phone a friend for help? I didn't know that was an option.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. Got a minute?
For you, always, Bean.
I opened the chest in room 507.
You did? Damn, I have to admit I didn't really believe in our little plaster key, but way to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's quite sturdy.
So, spill it. What's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
Oh, God, I hate riddles. Well, let's hear it. Which part is causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
I really think
You
it's the
said
cat.
Mrs. Beaumont wrote the riddle, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what her favorite bar is.
I think I do.
Really?
The
How?
white cat. That's right.
That's a
Yes.
story
So
for
this
another
one,
time.
it's so it is
But if I
GRIS.
had to bet, I'd put my money on the white cat.
The white cat.
Yeah.
I think I get it.
Well, that wasn't too hard, was it? Is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad I could be of some help. Call me after you've opened that case.
You
Okay.
know I will.
So the case in 509. Case in 509. So let's go back over there. Am I going the wrong way? Yeah. 509. 509. The case in 509. What case? Oh. Is it this one? GRIS. Yep, it was Gris. Okay. I thought it was going to make an actual word, but whatever. What did we find? A typewriter? Oh.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Oh. Dear Marcella. Oh, February 4th, 1956. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget. You know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the name and locations, but all our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first, I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. Oh, next page. For many years, I was heartbroken, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I am happy to see you accomplish your dream of becoming a writer.
Oh, Anne.
Oh.
Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
March 25th, 1956. Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I am happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Lewis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I am willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box. Oh, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we were passing during our class? I still do.
So the symbols I've been deciphering, you invented them back in the day to keep your love secret. That feels really special. I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
August 10th, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain that she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us would be tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like for people to know you are Bridget Boswell? To recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so You came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
January 13th, 1958. Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Lewis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet Michael and I are staying at Clarendon Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Lewis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet.
I just...
After all this,
Oh, more
turns
letters.
out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
September 27th, 1957. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful story. It almost brought me to tears. I immediately urged the nurse to get more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend of mine from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters felt for each other, but I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Bridget was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I am a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much more to tell you. Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
November 8, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I'll have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget that I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already. Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
December 5th, 1957. Dear Marcella, I've just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. Oh, that's really sad. He died 2 years ago, even before I sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, at the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to their song. Oh, that explains the bird books in the room. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave my home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer, but now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything to help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you. Paul. I think that was, that was everything.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
You've opened it, right?
Me? Disregarding someone's privacy? Of course I did.
I'm a bad influence on you.
Or have we been bad influences on each other? I guess we'll never know.
So, what's in it?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anne and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, After reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra Snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Oh my.
A sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Okay, we are gonna finish our tasks, and then that's where we'll end it for this episode. What is that noise? Whoa. What? Oh. Oh shit. He dead. I wouldn't touch that.
Mr. Cruz?
Was Paul hired to kill
Mr.
him?
Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
Exactly.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting the guest's unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information regardless of that guest's behavior. As I'm sure you'll understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy, and our staff prides itself on discretion. Please contact us should he bother you again. Oh, well, I'm not sure what I should do about this. The power just went out? Maybe we should turn the power back on. I know where the fuse box is.
I have to get the power back on.
Yeah. Let's get the power back on.
It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier.
pointier?
I don't think there's anything here that would help me.
I don't know.
Maybe an ice pick could pry open the fuse box.
An ice pick? Where the fuck am I going to find an ice pick from? Or what about this thing? Where am I going to find an ice pick?
Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box?
Okay, she keeps saying an ice pick. I don't know where she expects me, like, where would an ice pick be? Okay, we're just gonna follow the blood. Maybe there's something over here that's useful. Ah, there's an ice pick. The murder weapon. Oh my god, we're gonna use the murder weapon to open the fuse box. What is this?
Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear you were in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and it's a shame employers cannot see past your medical history, but don't despair. I've been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but I'm still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. Now I would like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction. As a sort of research, I would like you to follow me around town and take notes of my comings and goings. I am aware this is a very unusual job, but considering you're able to track me down, I believe you'd make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses, and you would of course be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished.
Paul really got into his role.
I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You've really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you bought were a nice touch. You look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I am starting to worry you are taking your role a bit too seriously. You are not a real detective. You have to let go. Oh.
Poor Paul.
What is this?
Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
Is this Paul's? I think this is. February 14th. Montreal is much bigger than I had expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely, and that feeling was only exacerbated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at this train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area. Thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella into the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today's Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past weeks have been a great distraction, but it still hurts every time I think about him. I had hoped the pain would have gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of Militone to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
February 15th. Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that it started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided upon my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books and movies. They both seem like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join their conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seems to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
February 16th. Who's sneaking out of their room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel, so tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a view of the whole corridor. My camera's at the ready, but there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time I let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So, Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
February 17th. I woke around 9:30 a.m. and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from room 507 came to sit in on one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently, she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and now he's convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne, has just said she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should. And then it just stops. Interesting. There's the camera. And the ice pick.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
It also looks like it's the murder weapon. I can't believe you just took that. What is this? Pearls? Huh. Okay, we'll get the power back on and then we'll end this episode. It got interesting all of a sudden at the end. Okay, add the fuse box. Let's use the ice pick.
That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do.
If there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of the hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Check fuse box for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from socket. Brown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses in socket. Make sure amperage is correct. Flick lever. Okay. So, remove fuse, remove fuse, remove. I can't say remove. Oh my God. What is this?
How did this end up here?
Safe combinations. Okay, so we need 15 amps, 30 amps, and 20 amps. 15.
Yes, this is what I need.
15, 30, and 20. Okay, yeah, so A is 15. Okay, the next one is 30, which is G. The next one is 20, which is S. And then flick that on. We did it on our first try, too. Okay, that is where I'm going to end it for this episode of This Bed We Made. If you guys like that, be sure to do the YouTube things, subscribe so you know when I post episode 3, and I hope to see you guys back for that. Bye!